Your Excellency knows
Gidelim o zaman
well
bari.
that our hosts are
Haydi.
limited.
We're about to witness a great event.
Hadi let's
Yeah,
go gidelim.
I can't wait. Let's go inside.
It's now or never.
Kankam cam kullan ya. En
In
iyisi.
recent weeks, we have deliberated
Yeşil yapılan
extensively in
hizmete tavaya
Vizima
hakim
on who
var.
is to
Hocam,
succeed
hiç
to the
yaklaşmak
Temerian
yok.
throne. Because the fate of Foltest's last child remains unknown, we could not reach an agreement. Unable to reconcile the interests of the esteemed Temerian houses, we have no choice but to divide the country into provinces along the barony's current borders.
This cannot be, John Natalis. Temeria stands between Nilfgaard and the north. It must be a strong and united realm.
I too would wish it so, Your Majesty. But when Foltest was cut down by an assassin, the country's very heart burst.
I have learned that Anais La Valette is currently in the hands of the sorcerer Deathmold.
Clearly you have yet to learn of the slaughter that occurred today in the Kedweni camp, King Radovid.
Yet there is hope if the child lives. I hasten to remind you that Vernon Roach, his capture is also your responsibility. He is suspected of murdering King Henselt soon after the monarch's triumph in Vergen. As a Temerian soldier, Roach remains under your jurisdiction, Natalis.
Vernon Roach disappeared with his unit a few days after the successful siege of La Valette Castle. Should he reappear in Temeria, he shall be arrested and tried as the law prescribes.
To the matter at hand. The document describing the charter of the
şerefsiz
Council
Şile
and
orada.
Conclave is, as previously ascertained, an exact copy of the charter found in the ruins on Thanet Island. The more important question relates to the Conclave and its power to designate royal advisors. Today, randomly chosen mages and sorceresses reside at many courts. However, in the time of the previous Conclave, such persons were carefully chosen.
Why shouldn't we pick our own advisors?
These individuals bear great responsibility, Your Majesty. The Conclave needs to be certain they are competent.
And that they will keep the Conclave's interests in mind.
Obviously, sire. The Conclave's chief interest is the well-being and prosperity of the northern kingdoms. The document has been signed by every member of the Conclave we have proposed, as well as by all but one of the designated advisors. We await only Sheila de Tanserville's signature.
Without our royal seals, you should be allowed to designate advisors to cowherds at most.
That is true, Your Majesty.
Sheila de Tanserville should never be allowed to sign this document.
Triss Merigold, you decided to join us after all.
De Tanserville has royal blood on her hands. She can't sit on the conclave.
That is a lie.
Have you anything to support these claims, Merigold?
There are witnesses who will confirm that Sheila de Tanserville was behind the assassinations of Demavend and Foltest.
Officials of the future council and conclave. Sheila de Tanserville should be arrested and tried. If Triss Merigold speaks the truth,
Oğlum bekle
Lady
seni
de
kaza
Tanserville will be condemned
kaza
to death.
geçirip yakacağız lan seni. Biçler. Oo. Ne gül bir şey gülü
Sheila de Tanserville, until Triss Merigold's charges
Ne
and
gülüydü lan
dismissed
bunlar?
refuted, you cannot sit on the conclave.
Arrest her.
You don't know the whole truth. Marigold doesn't know what she's talking about.
Benim geldi. Ne oluyor lan? Az siktir. Ejderha geldi. Oy. Oğlum gül tarikatını mahvetti hepsi lan. Of ya. Ejderhayı kontrol ediyor. Biz bu ejderi keseceğiz mi? Hayda.
Geralt!
Ejderha yakla.
Trapped! Magic's no good here. I can't get us out.
Neredesin Tris?
You have to get Sheila.
Şuraya ulaşacağım da nereden ulaşacağım? İksir falan çek baştan bekle. Hiç baba. Kanka ben yanlış okumuşum, kusura bakma ya. Ben plastiği makineye atıp plastiği elde yakıyorum diye okudum da, pardon. Terfis yapalım. Bunu da yapalım. Zaten bol bol var. Gidiyorum. Nereden gideceğim ki? Buradan galiba. Yakmasınlar bizi. Yanma ya. Aha. Bekle ve gör Şila. Asiye. Koş koş, yıkılıyor. Ananı satayım. Oh shit. Az daha yanıyordum. Ejderhaya saldırıyoruz mu? Az yandı. Ananı. Şu an saldıramıyoruz. Geldi.
You're late. I've already managed to stabilize the portal.
You've got nowhere to run. Sooner or later, somebody will find you.
I prefer to leave on my own terms.
Where's Letho?
Sesemphasis will tend to him, as she will to all the fools who get a hard-on at the mere thought of burning a sorceress at the stake.
Where is he?
I don't
Yok,
know.
bulamadım
fool.
daha.
I've been looking for him since Foltest's assassination. Letho cheated all of us. We were deceived by his dull face and sluggish stare. Don't you understand? The Lodge sought a way to get rid of Demavend, that's true. He was a weak, volatile king. EDERIM would eventually choke to death under his rule. We chose the lesser evil. He had to be eliminated, and Letho happened to be at hand.
Foltest? Henselt?
We had nothing to do with that. After assassinating Demavend, Letho used our gold and magical support to find and meet Yorveth. The elf was to help him hide until the matter blew over, or so I thought. The Lodge did not condemn Foltest to die.
Then who did?
Kim o zaman?
Nilfgaard. Letho is the king of liars and emperor of traitors. From the start, he worked for the glory of the great sun and the white flame dancing on the graves of his foes. He lied to everyone. Me, Yorveth, your stupid little Triss, and you.
Got any evidence?
A moment ago, I received a message from the Lodge's agent in Sintra. The Imperial army is on the move. They're fording the Yaruga now. Do you think the North can defend itself in the current situation? And can you count on another miracle at Brenna?
I don't know, but you made it all possible and you'll answer for that. The stigma of treason is yours for all time.
We shall see.
Sonradan mı keseceğiz acaba?
For no one will leave this city alive. No one will tell this story. Philippa controls the dragon. As soon as I disappear, it will turn the city into a flaming tomb.
The dragon attacked Foltest's troops during the siege of Lavalette Castle. That hardly supports your tale.
We did not control it then. We may have lost a battle, but the war is just beginning. You, however, shall not take part in it. This is your end, Witcher.
Farewell! Something's not right. The diamond! Someone replace the diamond! This one's flawed. Are we told Girls, remove it!
Nasıl sökerim? Geber git.
The diamond. Remove the diamond. I'll give you anything you want.
Sökeyim mi lan?
No! No!
Paramparça oldu. Aha ejderha geldi. Osya.
Die.
Ha. Peki. Lan. Evet. Easy. Woo. Ha Şile paramparça oldu. Tamam herhalde yukarıya. Neredesin lan ejder? Ah be. Asiye. Bir tane bombam vardı, o da karavanaya gitti. Shit! Aa! Çok vuruyor. Öldüm. Adam yediler bizi. Dur bakayım.
Shit, you stink.
Shit. İyi. Queen koruyor. Kaçabilsek. Hadi lan. Lan. Kafa attım ya. Ulan yine mi gittin? Bu sefer de kuyruğuyla vuruyor. Vay pezemenge var. Abi bu ne ya? Ulan bir kuyruğuyla vuruyor, bir kafasını çıkartıyor. Gel lan git.
Take that.
Senin ben ananı. Belleyeceğim bekle. Bu nasıl işte? Nereye gitti? Lan. Yeter. Hazırız. Let's go. Geber lan!
I'm too old for this.
Güzel. Tamam. Ah. Power'ım bitti. Hadi be. İşte bu. Öldürdük mü? Bir şey basacağız mı lan? Zank. Oy. Beyinciğine sapladık. Oo, uçuyoruz lan. Ölmedi. Sapla baba kancayı. Gözüne mözüne vur. İyi yavrum be. Üf. Git bir bak ölmüş mü? Git bir bak. Ölmemiş lan daha. Ha şimdi öldü. Ama hala sesi çıkıyor bunun. Öldür ya. Uzaklaş ve öldür seçeneği vardı. Acısına son verelim değil mi yani? Açıkçası Geralt üzüldü. Çünkü ejderhayı kontrol ediyordu şey de. Şila. Ara sahneye girdi. Hadi canım. Dur oğlum spoiler verme dur. Eller yıkıldı. Tamam. Hastalık yayılmasın diye. Leto'yu ne zaman öldüreceğiz ya? Sonuç. Yavrum Tris.
Are you all right?
More or less.
Mükemmel.
And the dragon?
I had to kill it, unfortunately.
Unfortunately?
Philippa enslaved the dragon with her magic. If I'd let it live, we'd surely find it serving the Lodge of Sorceresses. Many more would have died. Before the sorceresses broke the creature's will, it was noble and beautiful in its own way. But I'm dead tired of having to choose the lesser evil.
Let's get out of here.
I guess Letho got away.
He's waiting for you.
Ondan arkada golem mi var orada?
Where the Temerians made camp. Come on.
Ne demek?
What do you mean waiting? How do you know?
Utter chaos broke out after the dragon attacked. I tried to reach Philippa's quarters. A terrified man approached me in one of the alleys, gave me a letter and begged me not to harm him. He said it was for you. The letter was short. I'm waiting in the Temerian camp, Letho.
What happened here while I was gone?
All the kings had many more armed men than they should have had at a peace summit. During the evacuation, several skirmishes broke out. The Kedwenis clashed with the Temerians. The Order's knights raped 2 sorceresses and killed those who dared try to help them.
Do you think the Council and Conclave will survive?
Well, they're established, and that's the only thing that prevented a wholesale massacre. Hard to say if they'll survive, but for the time being, no one's got any better ideas. Mages are part of this world, whether people like it or not. They have to have their rights, their place. Otherwise, another lodge will arise.
Niye koşmuyorum lan geri? Ha. Marigold mu yapmış bunları girmesin diye? Fiziş yaptı herhalde bu büyüyü. Basalım da ne olur ne olmaz. Başımıza bir iş gelmesin. Aa, Roach'a geldi. Çocuğu kurtarmış lan.
Vernon Roach, step away from the child.
She's of royal blood. Temerian. Too good for you,
Motherfucker.
Horsons.
You're an outlaw, wanted in all the north. Hand over the child and perhaps the king will show you mercy.
I pass on Kedweni mercy.
Roach!
Triss! We can't let them have her! This is Foltest's daughter!
I've heard enough. Grab them!
Tam zamanında yetişmişiz ya. Çok iyi oldu. Gel lan. Gücüm kaldı. Yat aşağı. Gel.
I failed. Deathmold got away. Thanks, Geralt.
Triss needed my help. You know that. The Nilfgaardians outwitted us all.
What are you talking about?
They kidnapped Triss. The Emperor dispatched the Kingslayers using the Lodge as a decoy. All in order to breed chaos in the northern kingdoms.
Temeria is lost. The barons will pick it apart into bits.
It's not lost. Temeria will be reunited. Get the child out of here. Take her far away. Far from the kings, their courts and their wars. One day, she'll reclaim her heritage.
What about you, Geralt?
I'm going after the Kingslayer.
Millet onun
A
peşinden
man of
devam
his
ediyor.
word.
It's personal now.
Farewell then, White Wolf. I trust we'll meet again in better times.
Farewell, Roach.
Huzur aç. Adamım ben.
Where's Yorvith? How's Yorvith?
Proud, I think. The reward on his head has never been greater. Those seeking him, the Scoia'tael hunters, will be reinforced. The special forces throughout the north will receive more resources. The Council and the Conclave are assigning several mages to the task.
Biri var.
Yorvith is now public enemy #1. They won't rest until they find him.
Bir gücü daha var burada.
This is no place for witches. Though I know you and you appear wherever something important happens.
True, though sometimes by accident.
And this time, also a coincidence?
Let's say I have something to take care of.
In that case, hurry. Once we're done cleaning up this mess created by the royal soldiery, Loch Muin will be magically sealed.
Getting out of here?
Temporarily. We shall return soon enough to rebuild the city. Loch Muin will regain its former glory, Until that time, we need to keep the treasure hunters and troublemakers out.
So Radovid trusts you?
We shall win His Royal Majesty's trust by delivering Sheila de Tanserville and the other traitresses from the lodge.
De Tanserville will be a problem.
Admittedly, Sheila can be slippery as an asp, but we'll find her.
You don't get it, Carduin. Sheila de Tanserville's dead, killed by an unstable portal.
Shame. She was to be charged and tried. She would have been convicted of her crimes.
Why does it sound like she was convicted before standing trial?
It would have been a formality, true, and at once a warning to other sorceresses.
Seems to me she led you down the garden path.
Forgive me, I must attend to some matters. And don't dawdle, the city will be sealed in 1 hour.
Peki. Şunlandı. Leto çıkmasın şimdi karşımıza. Daha çıkmaz herhalde ya. Kaleden çıkmadı çünkü. Aman. Dur lan, oradaymış, dur. Geri gel. Simya yapalım. İyi ki hemen şeye girmedi, sinematiğe falan. Şimdi kesin savaşırız bununla. Final boss gibi bir şey olabilir. Kanka saat erken ya. 11-12'ye kadar buradayız. O yetenek gelmiş. Kasırgayı açalım mı? Son. Kılıç çarpılardan %10 açalım bence bunu. Regen de veririz buna. Let's go. Zırh artı 1 John. Ne yapalım? Düşman %1. Çok kötü lan. %1 can adrenalin yenilemesi nedir lan? Artı 2 zırh yapalım en iyisi. Tamam dostum. Sana da iyi oyunlar. Teşekkür ederim. Oyun biterse yalnız kapatacağım. Böyle finale gelmiş gibi hissediyorum kendimi şu an. Kahverengi yağ yapalım biraz. Kırlangıç yağı. Bitti mi? Bittiyse kapatırım kanka. Ama açabilirim yine. Başka oyun açabiliriz. Vaktimiz var. Haydi bakalım. Let's go.
There he is.
Wait for me.
Geralt.
Bir eşsizlik meselesi.
This is between me and him.
You don't have to.
I do. He knows how I lost my memory. Wait for me at the city gate. If I'm not there within the hour, leave without me.
Took you a while?
Is that bauble from Sheila's megascope?
Mm-hmm.
Aa,
My final prank. I switched the
elmasları bu
diamond.
değiştirmiş.
The one in the megascope has a flaw. Minute. But just large enough to warp the teleport. The Emperor's magic theorists assured me the
Nasıl bir
effect
kol var lan
was
herifte?
spectacular.
Oh, it was.
Good. Had she lived, she would have suffered more intensely and much longer. She helped me quite a bit.
Herif bildiğin kas
Through
yığını.
naivety and pride. I would not have gotten far without her.
So, ready to lay your cards out on the table?
No matter the game, there comes a point when all the players need to show their cards. I love that moment. But first, Vodka?
Aa, ne vodkası oldum ya.
I only drink with friends.
What about old acquaintances? Eh? Recovered your memory yet?
Not entirely.
Remember how we first met?
Yeah, I saved your life. Couldn't think of a nicer way to pay me back?
Frankly, I couldn't. I mean, taking care of another man's woman, Yennefer. I can't fathom what you saw in her, but I suppose there's no accounting for taste.
The winter solstice 1270.
Kış günlüğü.
Mid-Inverse, the night of magic. Letho wasn't lying, the hunt had stopped. At the Hanged Man's Tree, the spectral riders selected from among those they had taken. Yennefer was among them. A wraith cannot be killed, only driven away. Every witcher knows that. Yet the riders fell beneath the blows of our witcher's blades. Crimson blood flowed from under their dead men's armor. We could not kill them all. They were simply too many. A stalemate. He was different from all other elves. There was no shame in his gaze. He had never suffered persecution. He had endured no massacres. Humans had not taken his land. This elf was not of this world. He was an invader. We struck a deal. My soul for that of
Yennefer'inkine
Yennefer,
karşı
he
benim
agreed
ruhum.
without hesitation.
Nasıl ya?
Back with me, friend. Got the feeling you left for a minute.
Memories. I remember the Hanged Man's Tree and the Wild Hunt. I remember the exchange. Me for Yennefer.
So, cards out on the table. Unless you chase me all that way just to kill me.
I chased you for lots of reasons. You owe me some explanations to start with.
Let's say I do.
Care to tell me what it was all about?
Kill as many rulers as we could. Lay the blame on the sorceresses. Breed chaos. Prepare the north. Soften it before the invasion. And you know what's incredible? We could not have imagined more fertile soil. No matter what the war's outcome, the northern monarchs will accuse one another. Pursue their God-given rights. Seek vengeance and be at each other's throats for years to come. The North resembles a whorehouse on fire, as your friend Dandelion would say.
Bayağı
Why are you still here? Why did you wait for me this time?
I knew you wouldn't give up. I knew you'd pursue me. And I don't aim to hide anymore. Fact is, only you know the truth about me well. And I never saw you as a foe. I want to go my way. But if I have to fight you first, so be it.
How did a witcher agree to kill humans at another human's bidding?
At the Emperor's bidding, Geralt. And he's no ordinary human. The rulers of the North come up to about where his Pauline's end.
Why?
Simple. He promised to rebuild the School of the Viper, the Witcher's order where I came to be. Witcher's schools in the South fell into ruin long ago, and Witchers themselves became internal exiles, banned from entering most cities. Besides Seret and Ox, I know of 2 other Witchers of the School of the Viper who should be alive and on the path. I don't know where they are.
How did you know where we'd find the Wild Hunt?
Every Witcher who wears the Viper around his neck knows the place. We had so many books and scrolls about the hunt that I used to think our school was founded for the very purpose of solving.
Know who they are? You know the true identities of the riders?
From what I understand, they're
Elf
some
ırkı mıymış
damn
onlar?
elven race. But they
Aslı
turned out to be a
varmış.
big ruse. The legendary omen of war proved to be a fairground attraction.
No market square mage could possibly conjure up a cavalcade of wraiths
Yani.
speeding across the sky. Then there's the amnesia. No, there's something more, I assure you.
Go ahead, enlighten me. I can tell you want to.
There are a lot of legends and myths about it, but the wild hunt is a fact. I've fought and killed many of its wraiths. They were spectral emanations, the avatars of real riders. The riders we ran into by the Hanged Man's tree.
Are you telling me you were carried off by elves? Real material sons of bitches like the ordinary kind we deal with in this world?
They may be ordinary in their world, but they're strangers in ours. The conjunction of spheres. Know the theory? Do you know how monsters appeared in our world?
There's not a witcher who doesn't know that.
So you know there are other spheres. The most powerful of our mages can open passages between these worlds, and they usually do that to summon the monsters we then have to hunt. The elves we saw come from another world, and they weren't summoned. They found the way on their own. It's not exactly easy, so they usually send their spectral emanations. They come in person on special missions.
As they did for you and Yennefer.
Mm-hmm.
So, elves from another world and their trained wraiths. What did they want from you?
I've got an idea, but that's not your concern. Tell me about Yennefer. What happened after I departed?
She was feverish for several days, delirious, in agony. We thought that was it. She was on her way out. Somehow she recovered. But even then she was disoriented. Amnesia like you.
What then?
Well, the woman turned out to be quite a character. Throwing temper tantrums, trying to seduce orcs, trying to drive a wedge between us. After you so nobly sacrificed yourself, we thought it'd be dumb just to leave her somewhere. She wouldn't have survived more than a month. The whims and vigor of a duchess, but we were in the heart of the Empire. And as I'm sure you know, Geralt, in Nilfgaard, mages who behave like that either drop their bad habits quickly, or are drawn and quartered by horses in the middle of Victory Square.
So I heard.
So we set out, wandered through the provinces. Everywhere we went, she got in trouble and we pulled her out. And then one day they captured us. The Imperial Secret Police. Me, Ox, Seret, and Yennefer.
Imperial Secret Police?
Mm-hmm. We were separated, and they questioned us. Long and thoroughly, but it was uneventful, no violence. That's how I met Vatia de Rideau. And a couple of weeks later, the Emperor himself. Me. A simple witcher.
What happened to Yennefer?
I don't know. Never saw her again. The Emperor offered me a mission in the northern kingdoms. As for Yennefer, I had the feeling she was somehow important to Emir. As I see it, they learned of the Lodge from her. Those Imperial spooks have their ways. All I heard is that Vatier had his men watch Yennefer closely throughout the time she was at the palace. Then we went off to slay the kings of the north.
So she's in the Empire?
She was when I left.
Care to tell me?
No,
Hadi bitirelim şu
I'm
işi.
done talking. Let's finish this.
Want to fight?
Any vodka left in that bottle?
A swig apiece. Here.
Let's do this.
The Imperial Army is probably crossing the Yaruga as we speak. Pure pandemonium will ensue. The North's finished. Time to go south, where the good life awaits.
You're a fool, Letho. Both you and your Emperor are forgetting one thing. Misfortune brings people together. Very shortly, the North could be united like never before, thanks to you. But that's just not my concern anymore.
I'm not your foe. I never was. Let me walk away and I will. You'll never see me again. Force me to fight, and this time I'll kill you.
Savaşacağım. Bir daha benim başıma böyle şeyler açmamam gerektiğini anlayacaksın.
Time to fight. Ready?
As I'll ever be. You fear death. What does it feel like to be almost dead?
I said fight.
The wolf has teeth.
And they're sharp.
I'm better. I can tell already.
Of course you can.
You tire quickly.
I'm tired of talking.
I don't want to kill you.
And I'll kill you gladly.
You're nowhere near my level.
Of course not. I'm no Kingslayer.
Gel bakalım. Haha. Anasını satayım.
I've had enough of this dance. Goodbye, Geralt.
Yat aşağı. Oh shit. Kesti lan. Hadi oğlum Geralt. Yap numaranı. Oh yeah. La. Buraya kadarmış Leto. My old friend. Sana verdiğim müddet bu kadar. Ve dünyadan bir Witcher daha eksilir. Ha Uğur dedi. Uğur getirdi.
The Witcher had traveled far and wide in search of the Kingslayers. In Flotsam, he slew Bernard Laredo, but few mourned for the Commandant. Flotsam remained Temerian, while command of the garrison and town went to a Vizima noble, a sworn enemy of Kedwin and an avid angler. To this day, folk gather round bonfires in Lobenden to hear of the Witcher's deeds. The Witcher witnessed a great Kedwini victory in Edirn. At Vergen, Henselt's army crushed Saskia the Dragonslayer's motley force, ending the springtime of races. Soldiers of the Unicorn swarmed over the Pontar Valley. As it had before, powerful Kedwen swallowed Upper Edirn whole. Yet subsequent events would render Henselt's triumph short-lived. After Foltest's death, Temeria's neighbors began to vie for the glittering prize that was the realm's throne. Yet the murders of first Demavend, then Henselt, forced them to look to their own problems. Temeria fell prey to its power-hungry barons. But Vernon Roche held a light of hope for the dying realm, and he tucked it away in a place safe and still to await better times. Years before, Geralt of Rivia had witnessed the fall of the Council and Conclave of Mages. The summit in Loch Muin re-established both bodies, their founders sacrificing Sheila de Tanzerville and her accomplices. Yet Radovid also required humility and loyalty from the proud mages, but this did not sit well with all of them. It was a time of great uncertainty, of rape accomplished by royal decree. Yet as troubled as the days seemed, we who in some way shaped the world's fate finally received some respite. Zoltan resumed the quest for his beloved's hand, and I laid my head in the laps of the muses. Who could have known this tempest which had ravaged the north was but a harbinger of darker days, and the preamble to an entirely new tale of Geralt of Rivia.
Vay be, bitti be. Üstüne gelirken ben şöyle takımda yandım. Evet. Witcher 2 Krallar ve Suikastçılar bölümünü de bitirmiş olduk. Sonunda bir sinematik daha varmış. Ne oluyor lan? Askerler geliyor. Salak mısın? Niye adamların önüne geçiyorsun? Ölmemiş. Aa. Lan burası kötü ruhların olduğu yer miydi? Yok, öyle bir kasaba. Nilfgaard. Nilfgaard şeye başlamış. Fethiye. Her yeri yakıp yıkıyorlar. Bildiğimiz dünya sonuna doğru yaklaşıyor. Ancak geçmiş geleceğin anahtarı olarak durmakta. Ve bitti.